Georgetown. It's a funny part of Seattle. It seems to be in some kind of time warp or something. It's like the year 1892 slammed into 1968, then got dropped down to 2009. Georgetown's old and dirty and full of weirdos. It's pretty much an industrial area, and there's nothing fancy here. Houses are intermixed with prefab buildings, strip malls, train depots, junkyards, bridges, smokestacks, freeways, bars, planes, factories, airports, docks, chop shops, software companies, homeless camps, musicians, and artists, all sitting in an earthquake liquefaction zone. Georgetown is where train tracks from across the country merge into a single point. I think this is the only place where crossing signals are optional. You kinda have to be careful as you tool around, otherwise you might get smacked by a train. Boeing decided to buy a huge swath of land just south of here, so planes are constantly buzzing overhead. Somewhere over by the Boeing factory is a wicked cool museum stocked with all kinds of badass planes. The area I'm most familiar with is the downtown section. It's where I have a studio in the old Rainier brewery, which was built in like 1901. It's located pretty much on the railroad tracks, and when a train goes by, the floor shakes and the internet cuts out. Across the street from the brewery stands a row of buildings that remind me of the Wild West. I often get the urge to walk down the middle of the street blasting out windows with a revolver and calling everyone yella. Along the strip, there are a couple of bars, a bakery, a pet store that sells retarded eco-friendly pet crap, and a freakazoid pizza joint that reminds me of some Star Trek episode. Now why do they put new cheese on top of a plain slice that's been converted into a pepperoni slice? What are they trying to do, trick me or something? On the corner is a junkyard, or at least that's what it looks like. This guy collects metal, any kind of metal. He also collects 4 3-ton delivery trucks from 1954. The trucks back then were made out of metal. About a half a mile from the studio is a building made out of containers. You know, those big huge metal boxes they put on ships filled with crap from China? Well, apparently, the good old US of A stopped making stuff, so we no longer export things to other countries. Hence, there are stacks and stacks of empty containers just sitting around. Apparently, you can buy one for like $2,000, so this guy bought a dozen, stacked them up like Legos, and put a door on the front. And the building actually looks pretty cool. I like to eat at Calamity Jane's. It's a Wild West kind of saloon. They have Pabst Blue Ribbon on tap, and they're friendly and the food is good. I like the shepherd's pie, but I prefer the meatloaf. Across the street is a vintage record shop, frozen in time. I think they also carry comic books. I don't like to go to record stores or CD stores or whatever you call them. My friends can go into these stores for hours. I walk in there and I don't know what to do. I look at a few covers, shrug my shoulders, and walk out. Whatever happened to radio? I miss having a DJ play the good new stuff for me. Next door to the record shop is All City Coffee. It's the best damn coffee in the Milky Way. The baristas are hot. They all have tats. I don't have a tat. I like to get a triple espresso because I usually get the 4th shot for free. And sometimes they only give me 2 shots. It's just a game we play. There's another pizza joint on the end of the street that has some fancy Italian oven. Cooks the pies in like 43 seconds at 3,000 degrees. They don't sell slices. They don't get it, man. Nothing beats Jersey pizza, though. I think pizza was invented in New Jersey. I could be wrong. I like to get my sushi at this place called Mikado Mart, or something like that. It's like a Japanese grocery store or something. They have all this crazy Asian stuff like fried monkey brains, elephant trunk fillets, chocolate-covered grasshopper poop. I don't know if anyone actually lives in Georgetown. I pity them if they do, because planes fly overhead 20 feet off the ground. There are a lot of mechanics in Georgetown, or at least I think so, because everyone has a tat, everyone looks mean, and everyone wears a blue mechanic shirt with their name on it. In order to fit in, you've got to get a tat, grow a full beard, and act pissed all the time. I don't fit in. Tully's Coffee is up the road. If you ever driven down I-5, it's the building with the big neon T, right up against the highway. That building is the other half of the old Rainier brewery. Georgetown has a funny appeal. They do an art walk down here once a month, and hold a couple of music festivals every year. I think it's the coolest area of Seattle. It's blue collar, it's industrial, and the people are down to earth in an artsy, grungy kind of way. I've only been here for 8 months, so my perspective is limited. You should check it out. You should also check out my latest Die Hard movie called Live Free or Die Hard. It actually kind of sucked.